Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new horror thriller, The Passenger. And yes, this is indeed a different movie than Sympathy for the Devil that I also recorded on the same day about a passenger and getting caught up in all kinds of craziness, but this is coming to MGM Plus from Blumhouse and focuses on a young man played by Johnny Birchtold, who works at a fast food restaurant when one of the employees goes on a shooting spree, killing everybody else except for him, played by Kyle Gallner, and who forces him to go on this journey with him. And Benson, Gallner's character, is an interesting taste to character, but this film is written by Jack Stanley, and who has previously worked on things like Lou that came out on Netflix, and then it's from director Carter Smith, who, working here with Blumhouse, waiting for their profile to load here, who's worked on things like The Ruins and Bug Crush. Not really familiar with their work, but they do deliver a slow-burning and suspenseful ride here. Gallner is such an interesting performer here and brings a lot of presence. And Birchtold needs to bring a lot of vulnerability, which I think he does well. Benson has this mindset of something of a mix of like a Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, especially Jordan Peterson, kind of perspective on masculinity. And he's trying to inject this into our main character, Randy, who is somebody who has kind of let everybody walk on him his whole life. He has this trauma, and Benson forces him to confront the different people in his life who has caused this trauma. And it's an interesting character study for this timid and sheltered young man being forced by somebody who has these perspectives, but the film does a good job of really reinforcing it's like, these things only work to an extent, and you can't use them as a crutch and an crutch to cause violence and take your frustration of the world out on everybody else. And I think the film handles that by the end in an interesting way. This film has a loose narrative. It more is like pit stops along the way and who Benson can potentially really piss off, or how Randy can grow in his experience. But Birchtold is so vulnerable in his performance and really delivers. And there's some other fine performance like Liza Whale, who winds up playing his former childhood teacher, I think gives a fantastic performance, and her scene with Birchtold is fantastic later in the film. And it was to the point where like there's moments where I was like, please don't kill this person. And there's also some characters along the way who make some horrible judgments in terms of some of the things that they do. One in particular is the receptionist at a school, who is the biggest idiot, and a lot of these things wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her incompetence. But this is a thrilling film, and I feel like hits hard, has some strong performances, and is a thrilling little ride that you can experience come the beginning of August right there on MGM Plus from a studio like Blumhouse. I think this is a big win for them because they've been very hit or miss lately. But those are my thoughts on The Passenger. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.